What dessert has welcomed presidents, prime ministers, kings, Olympic champions, and millions of tourists? Yet most people outside Eastern Europe have never even heard of it. This is Chak-Chak, a dessert so important that whenever world leaders visit Tatarstan, there is a good chance they'll be served exactly this. But why? Stay with me, because by the end of today's video, you'll know why this simple dessert became one of the greatest symbols of an entire nation. When most people think about famous desserts, they think about French pastries, Italian tiramisu, or New York cheesecake. But hidden in the heart of Eurasia, there is another dessert, one that's been served to heads of the states for decades. Whenever Vladimir Putin visits Tatarstan, local hosts often greet him with Chak-Chak. Not because it's officially his favorite dessert, there is no public evidence that he's ever said that, but because serving Chak-Chak is one of Tatarstan's highest traditions of hospitality. And that tradition extends far beyond Russian politics. When Kazan hosted the 2024 BRICS Summit, the city welcomed delegates from around the world. Tatar cuisine, including Chak-Chak, was showcased during official hospitality events, introducing guests to one of the region's best-known culinary traditions. This isn't just dessert, it's diplomacy, served with honey. So how did fried dough become an international symbol? Let's find out. First, we have to make it. While many modern desserts require dozens of ingredients, Chak-Chak needs only 6. Flour, eggs, salt, honey, sugar, vegetable oil. That's it. No butter, no cream, no milk, no oven. And somehow, this simple combination has survived for nearly 1,000 years. Let's begin. Let's begin with flour. Some hand exercises. Salt and baking soda goes in. 4 eggs. Now knead everything together. While the dough rests, let's roll back almost 1,000 years. Imagine the year 1000. There are no supermarkets, no chocolate, no bakeries, no refrigerators. The Volga River is one of the busiest trade routes on Earth. Merchants travel between Europe, Central Asia, Persia, and China. Here, the ancestors of today's Tatars and Bashkirs discover something remarkable. Honey preserves food. Honey provides energy, and honey never spoils. It becomes one of the most valuable ingredients in daily life. Historians believe the earliest versions of Chak-Chak likely appeared during the era of Volga Bulgar, between the 9th and 13th century. Sugar was almost impossible to obtain. Honey was a sweetener. Over generations, families began frying tiny pieces of dough, then coating them with warm honey. Simple, portable, delicious. By the time of the Kazan Hazanat in the 1400s, Chak-Chak has become the dessert of celebrations, especially weddings. There is even a beautiful legend. A Han wanted a dessert that represented a happy marriage. Small individual pieces joined forever by sweet honey. Whether that's true or not, it's a wonderful metaphor, and it is still served at weddings today. Speaking of tiny pieces, ours are ready. Let's fry it. No sticking. Traditional Chak-Chak is handmade. Imperfection makes it beautiful. Listen to that sound. That's exactly what we want. Golden, light, and crispy. Now, remember when I said honey was one of history's greatest preservatives? Here's another reason. Unlike chocolate or cream, warm honey hardens naturally as it cools. Mix honey with sugar, heat gently, pour immediately. No gelatin, no eggs, no flour, just nature doing the work. Now comes the fun part. Mix everything quickly. Every single piece needs a thin coat. To avoid the dough sticking to the gloves, use cold water. The Tatars are the second largest ethnic group in Russia. Today, around 5.3 million Tatars live in Russia, with several hundred thousands more living in Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkey, Europe, and North America. Their historical homeland is Republic of Tatarstan. Its capital, Kazan, is over 1,000 years old. It's often called the place where Europe and Asia meet. And nowhere is Tatar identity more visible than through food. For generations, Chak-Chak has greeted newlyweds, honored guests, astronauts, athletes, foreign delegations, and yes, Vladimir Putin during multiple visits in Tatarstan. During the 2018 FIFA World Cup, thousands of football fans discovered it. Then came the 2024 BRICS Summit, with delegations from more than 30 countries arriving in Kazan. The city once again showcased Tatar culture through its cuisine, introducing its most famous dessert. That's something food has always done. Long before politicians signed agreements, people shared meals. And every culture has one dish that quietly says, "You're welcome here." For Tatarstan, that's Chak-Chak. That's perfect. First comes the honey, then the crispness, then this wonderful toasted flavor from the fried dough. It's surprisingly light, not overly sweet, just enough. Political leaders will always generate different opinions. History is full of debates, but great food speaks its own language. After tasting Chak-Chak, it's easy to understand why this humble dessert has represented Tatar hospitality for centuries. Please like this video, subscribe, and help us bring more forgotten food stories back to life. And tell us below, what dessert best represents your country? I'd love to read your answers. Next week, we're heading to the Balkans to discover one of the region's most beloved grilled dishes. Simple ingredients, rich history, and incredible flavor. We'll uncover where the famous Balkan burger patty comes from, how it became a staple across Southeast Europe, and why it remains one of the most popular grilled foods in the region. You won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on High Story Cooking Classes.